Hello, guys. Good evening. I'm gonna start from last night's game. Brilliant performance by Kai Havertz. Uh, in terms of uh, his versatility, his mentality, his understanding of the game, uh, I think that he scored a lot of goals, and to score a lot of goals as a player who's coming back from his time as Chelsea, which was very, very, very poor, even though he's won Champions League. I have to salute him. He's done a fantastic job, amazing. Everything on the ball he does is kind of like not too hard, but it's also not easy. And he put in a fucking great finish by him, by the way. He had to react very fast to, the potential deflection, the everything that he does sometimes is, easily criticized. People like him, people love him, people hate him. But at the end of the day, you have to understand he's a fantastic little player, and you know he gets really upset when people say all this, all these songs about him. 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz goes again. Samina mina waka waka eh. Samina mina mina. Kai Havertz goes again. I'm sure it doesn't quite go as good as like that, but he did put in a fucking fantastic season again. And I'm not a Kai Havas FC, or I'm not a Kai Havas agent, or I'm not Kai Havas, you know, good looking brother, whatever you want to say. But what I am is that I absolutely love Kai Havas and his versatility and his understanding of the game and his courage, and to play as a striker, to play as a midfielder, to play as a left back, to play as a left back. All this says everything about the player, and he's a wonderful person. He supports a lot of charities. He supports animals. He loves animals. He loves donkeys. I love donkey, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is he's a very creative player, very versatile. He put a fantastic shift again last night. Uh, so really performance guy have us. Uh, gonna move on to Declan Rice, baby. £100 million came back from England duty with overplayment and fatigue. He was not playing as well as at the beginning of last season, but my God, he's some fucking player, and he put in an outstanding performance last night. I have never seen a player who can tackle as well as him. And by the way, I am a fucking good player. I don't like to show too much about myself, but I am. I like to think I am. I've got qualities as a football player, so I do know about football. Probably more than you, to be honest. Probably more than you, but uh, so I really think that Declan Rice is a fantastic little player. He brings a lot of qualities to the team. Something that really we haven't had for a long time. The days when we had Fabregas, the days we had Casola, the days when we had, uh, yeah, basically we haven't really had a lot of since Patrick Vieira. We haven't Gilberto Silva. We haven't really had anyone who's has got so much you know, aura, and it's something that is lacking in the game nowadays. That aura, that physique, that expectation, of winning tackles, the controlling games, and uh, as they say, when the tough gets going, oh sorry, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, as they say. And my guy Declan Rice is one hell of a fucking player and one hell of a guy. And again, I said Kai Havertz is a good player, but I also said that he's a good guy. So is there a link here? If you're a fucking good guy, are you a good player? Probably. Ronaldo was a great guy, and he was a great player. Probably the best example. You never see him do any fucking tricks or overplaying it, and he was probably the best striker ever. We're saying this 20 years after he finished. So basically, there must be a bit of link between, uh, you know, your personality as a person, how, you know, you know, could you be a good guy, and does that automatically mean you're a good player? Probably. I don't know. But my guy, Declan Rice, he put in a fantastic shift again. People criticized him at the beginning of the season, but at the end of the day, £100 million is a lot of money. Coming to Arsenal is a big move. 60,000 fans every year or every day, it's takes a toll on you. And for me, he is kind of over trying it sometime. But at the end of the day, you have to understand his positivity, his goodness outweighs his little errors, or I don't really see any errors by him, but what I'm trying to say is his uh you know his lack of skill, or his lack of flair, or his lack of technique, as they say, uh you know is very, very small. And for me, one of his biggest quality as a footballer is his power. He can win the ball better than anybody else. Everybody's seen that time after time after time. So for me, last night he put in a great shift, almost scored a fantastic volley. He put his passing was very good. So for me, I think that Declan Rice coming slowly back to his old Declan Rice, and we really need to see that more often, and we really want to see that more often, because this season it's been a very, I wouldn't say it's been a very blow, bar performance, but the expectation, uh, you know, of him playing to what we know is kind of dropped a little bit, and that's, it's really unfair to say, because he's had a fantastic year, fantastic season, fantastic, mentality, and a fantastic role model for a lot of fucking young players, the way he plays. And yeah, for me to criticize someone like that would be would be really unfair. So I would say that last night Declan Rice came back to his old Declan Rice. A lot of fan base nowadays, they don't really see the goodness, and they like to criticize players too much because of the price tag. But you know what matters at the end of the day is output on the pitch. can he make the difference? Can he uh, play, you know, those little one twos? Can he run with the ball? That's his biggest strength, by the way, running with the ball. So for me to, you know, criticize him a little bit would be even unfair, unjust, and unethical, really, because he's a fantastic role model, fantastic guy, and a fantastic player. So, so it's been really refreshing to see Declan Rice coming back and playing without fear, because that's what footballers nowadays. One of the biggest issues is the fear and the lack of braveness on the ball, and lack of taking chances on the ball, and you know all this worrying about misplaced passes, worrying about these things have creeped into people's play, and football is not really the way it was back in the day. I don't know, there's a lot of reasons. uh Declan Rice last night, brilliant, 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 brilliant game, absolutely brilliant game. uh I can't really I can't really say much, to be honest, because for me, I don't go to the stadium as much. However, I have the best fucking angle, and for me to uh, criticize or overly criticize player like him would be unfair, and the fact that this season we are not doing as well as we should do is probably down to him, because of how important he is for us, and the position that he plays is very, very, very important. So guys, stop criticizing your players and understand the little issues behind the scenes. As I would like to say, and let's move forward as a club, as a fan base. Stop criticizing your players too much, and move forward with the ultimate goal, which is winning that fucking Champions League we haven't done for a while. Come on, you Gunners! I mean it, man.